Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry you're not seeing me right now, but to be honest with you, I am unprepared, unshaven, and very tired. So, for the time being, I'm just going to take you around FPV style. Now, maybe by some chance you haven't seen the thumbnail or the title of this video, and you're wondering what this is about, so I'll just show you where I'm at. This spot. So I am heading out from London Heathrow tomorrow, and kind of on a whim, I just decided maybe as a little bit of a treat to myself, and in an effort to make one last little bit of content for you guys while I'm here, that I would spend a night in the Liminal Hotel. So I figured, why not blow $100 and check this place out, see if maybe it is the spot that we've all drummed it up to be, and maybe it evokes these sensations or senses of dread or unease or whatnot that might be associated with these spots, or if maybe we just made it all up. So I'm gonna just start exploring, and I'm gonna take you guys with me, and I hope you enjoy this little update. So we are about to head out, and although I'm very disappointed I'm gonna get no sleep tonight, it is very late, and it's kind of awesome because I'm hoping we're really going to get the type of vibe I was looking for. I don't know if it's really fair to be disappointed at the fact that I kind of hear some sounds and some voices, but it's definitely, I think, detracting from what this place is usually presented as, I suppose. But I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I'm trying to keep my voice down as much as possible so I don't bother anybody tonight. You can't see it, but my mouth is like right next to the camera. I don't know how I feel about like this font. It's too welcoming. It makes this place feel lived in, which I suppose means the designers actually did a pretty good job, since this is a real functioning hotel and not just a liminal space. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, okay. So, one thing about this hotel is that it's two hotels. I'm not really sure how this works. If there are any MBAs in the audience who want to comment on the nature of this business model, please do so. But basically, on one half, this is a Holiday Inn Budget Express, which is where I'm staying. And on the other half, it's a Crown Plaza, which is where we've crossed over to now. Now, this is sort of an accurate reflection of the map, because if you look at it as it's originally presented, it's kind of two-sided, bisected by this glass balcony, which we just passed, and I'm going to go back to in a minute. So maybe this does make sense. I've kind of been stalling, but I do just want to show you guys this. It's really weird to see. So this is the lobby side, which looks a lot more normal than I expected, to be honest. If we look down there, there's plenty of signs of life, even at this late hour. Obviously, though, this is kind of the main attraction, and we're definitely going to explore it farther. I want to look down at it first, so we are going to keep exploring this. So this is that center bit I was telling you about earlier, the elevators, and then once again crossing over to the other side. This is convenient.
Doors closing. Lift going up.
If a JPEG doesn't jump scare me, I'm going to be very disappointed.
6th floor.
Damn. And here it is, guys. To be very honest with you, I understand why it was so unsettling. There's so many reasons that might be. I mean, there's so many little micro indications that this place is unnatural. One of the ones that really caught my eye is that these windows, they're just a little bit off. Like, they're not perfect. They're not perfectly aligned. Some of them look pretty good. Those ones over there look pretty good. But the spacing is, it's like rude to my eyes. It's just a bit uncanny, imperfect. Something a couple people have pointed out is whatever that is over there, it's like an air conditioning unit. And then what looks to be like false windows over there. One of them is real. Like, that's one room over there. But I don't know what on earth that is. And it just feels odd. You know, why is there one room there and then nothing else? Then there's this like skylight, which feels pretty weird. Like I said, it's pretty late at night, but I don't know, maybe it would make more sense in the morning when it's light out, but it's just kind of off-putting. I have to agree that it is very liminal, and I'm not sure if it would have gripped me as much as it does had it not been iconic from the start. But I really do think if I had just come across this sometime randomly, that it still would have stuck with me. It's just very fascinating. More staff rooms. You know, something I just realized that's a little weird is if I'm oriented correctly, you'll notice there are no windows here. And while I can't say for sure that this is the case with the fake window from earlier, you know, we can kind of see these closet rooms. I don't know what these are, maybe like cleaning closets, but then more staff rooms, and then the stairs. So maybe that's why so many of these places don't have actual windows. This is definitely just a hallway, but it is a little like mind numbing. Like, you know, the art of discovering and presenting liminal spaces is interesting. It is something that captivates me. So you could certainly say that maybe I'm trying to make something out of nothing, but I am truly fascinated by this place. One way or another, I'm biased by the role this image and this place has played in the history of liminal spaces. In that, I'm fascinated by it because it's fascinating and not, because I'm genuinely like discovering something, but it is really cool. So that was definitely just a closet, but it's probably the first place that they haven't marked or locked as staff only. It's weird. It just kind of ends here. But there's some stairs for us to go through, so. Oh, maybe not. No, that's a fire door. Oops. Well, there's some other stairs we can check out. I was really curious to try the stairs. Feels like this elevator's dead. I mean, oh, it really is dead. If you just stand here for a second in this little bit with a dead elevator, but just something humming, just whatever this is. Does kind of feel like the back rooms. Again, maybe I'm just making stuff up to make stuff up, but so something really weird, especially after just coming from right there when I was talking about a little hum, is that this room is like vacuum silent. Like there's some air coming from there, but it was genuinely like I was in two separate places. Like I passed through a loading screen. When I came from there, I hear it. Like it's eerily quiet right now. And it doesn't help that this place feels sterile, with paint so like bright that I guess it's not coming up on the camera, but yeah, you could see oily thumbprints and just bright lights. That's interesting. It's like maybe you do really need 2 fire hydrants and an emergency stretcher on every floor. But if this pattern repeats, and if this place feels recursive, I just feel like it's going to get even stranger. So let's see. No stretcher this time. Just the same room. So, since we're already heading down, I'll go back to the lobby for a bit so you guys can just see what it's like. It's basically like, feels like an artificial transplant of the actual map, you know? It just feels like it doesn't belong. It injects life into a place where it feels like there should be none. There's 6 floors here, but I think in the UK that means there's basically 7. So, there's quite a lot of stairs I have to go down. Looks like we might have found another emergency exit. You know, I'm like 99.9% sure that that's just a door release, because I've seen a lot of these in the UK. But it's like uncomfortably close to the fire alarm, and I don't want to remotely risk setting a fire alarm off right now at like 1 a.m. So I'm just gonna find another way down. Somehow, I have made my way back here. Now you can hear people talking down there. I'll tell you this much, it's definitely not terrifying. It is kind of weird. You know, I've sat here, I've done a few takes, and I see the lights either flick on or flick off, or maybe a little chime like that. And it's weird because that really does pull me out of it. That's something that, you know, if I had really been playing Gmod, or had I really just been looking at a set of liminal photos and I just, you know, saw that, it really would have spooked me out, I guess. There are skylights. I don't want it to be lost on you guys just how weird this is. Like, I don't understand the point of this design. I can't imagine it was the most efficient thing in the world, or the safest thing in the world. If I had to make an honest guess, I would say maybe they built this in preparation for or anticipation of maybe a potential future renovation, right? So that you have, in effect, a usable space to maybe throw a restaurant or something there. But even that wouldn't make sense. I mean, it'd be right next to people's rooms, and it would be just disturbing probably if you were trying to go to sleep. So when I really step back and think about why they would have made something like this, and why they would have gone so far as to say put like grass on it, you know, turf. I can't tell you why. can also tell you that they have something that looks suspiciously like a gate, but doesn't open. They don't forbid you from going there, but they don't want you to. Hey, that's our room. Right over there. That's us. I mean it. I have very few wise words to add to this. I really just wanted to showcase something interesting that I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to check out, and I've enjoyed checking out. But, it is kind of a weird, if you accept the transitory definition of liminal, this is a very liminal space. Not just in that it's an airport hotel. So more people, if we really think about it, by the side of the highway, people are only going to have to stay here a night, maybe because they have a 3 a.m. flight or because a flight got canceled. Not only that, but being Heathrow, it's either people flying out of Heathrow, I would venture to say, are going on much further destinations than people flying out of another London airport. And in the case of me, at least, I really am going from one period to another, so there's the end again. It is transitory. I can't help but think, in maybe just a fun, hypothetical way, that the people staying here, they're not just moving from one place to another, but their lives are going to be different when they leave this place, different from when they entered. Maybe that's just part of the aesthetic, or maybe that's a real life reflection on the coolest part of liminal spaces, which is that you make up stories for them. You think about what you'd do if you were there. What happens if someone would chase you through it? Whatever sort of adventure you want to have, or maybe you just sit and look at it. Maybe it reminds you of something. I don't know. So yeah, I won't keep you guys much longer. I did really just want to show you this. It's a very interesting place. And I can reasonably confidently say I won't be here ever again, so it was cool to check out. Certainly not as terrifying or tense as next spots would have you believe, but it's a pretty cool place. Pretty interesting piece of internet lore here. As always, if you like random adventures or you just enjoy whatever I have to say on a given day, make sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. On top of that, if you're interested more in the internet lore side of things that I was covering today, you should subscribe to Seed Butter, my primary channel, where I do icebergs and I cover all sorts of things unrelated to walking through hotel rooms like a creep. I hope you guys enjoy your night, and I'd love to see you soon, so make sure to subscribe. Thanks again.